where things go wrong sometimes is that, as an example, I'm currently working with a business owner who's in the process of, we got two things sort of going on at the same time. And, advisors will understand some of the technicalities of what I'm talking about, but they're in the process of purchasing a piece of real estate to spin off a part of their business to move into that piece of real estate. At the same time, the father, who's further along, he's done a lot of estate planning, had some grats set up, where if you don't understand what grat, I won't go into it, what a grat is, but there's another piece of real estate that is spun out of that grat to the next generation. And we're talking to the business owner about the future planning, the succession planning, and the need for us to separate those pieces of real estate, not only for liability reasons, but for flexibility and planning reasons. They've got 4 kids all coming into the business. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know if it's all going to stay together or if we're going to need at some point to separate things. At this point, it would be very difficult to separate, and the business owner is wanting to take the simplest approach possible. And the simplest approach is just to throw everything into the same LLC, right? And so it's a little bit of not a debate, but it's an education process with the business owner to walk even the business owner back through their objectives, right? And say, let's walk through your objectives and the goals you said, the things you want to accomplish. And you said this and you said this, and here's the structure. And so if we go in that direction, then meeting your own objectives is going to be more difficult for us to do. And so you can guide the process. And so I think sometimes one of the most damaging things to do is just to take the easy road, to follow the path of least resistance or the simplest path and not really think through. Because a lot of business owners, kind of humbly say, well, my situation is really simple. It's not that complicated. But when you get into it, you realize, no, it's really not that simple. It's a fairly complicated environment. And so we want to make sure that the level of complexity is simplified by the right structure and not further complicated with the wrong structure.